Imagine a time long before modern India, where ancient kings ruled vast lands, poets crafted timeless verses, and trade routes connected the south of India to distant shores across the seas. This was the Sangam Age, a fascinating period that spanned from roughly 300 BCE to 300 CE, a time when Tamil culture and literature flourished like never before. At the heart of this era were three mighty kingdoms, the Cholas, the Cheras, and the Pandyas. Each of these dynasties played a crucial role in shaping the political, cultural, and economic landscape of South India. Their capitals, like Madurai and Urayur, were bustling cities where trade, art, and literature thrived. It wasn't just a period of kings and conquests, it was a time where creativity and intellect came together, bringing a golden age of Tamil civilization into existence. But what truly makes the Sangam age unforgettable is its literature. The Sangam poets, who lived under the patronage of these kings, created a treasure trove of poetry that remains unmatched in its beauty and depth. These poets weren't just scribes, they were artists who painted vivid pictures of life, both the joys and sorrows of the people. The poems they left behind are divided into two main categories: Ekam, which dealt with love, longing, and the internal world of emotions, and Puram, which celebrated heroism, valor, and the external, public deeds of kings and warriors. In Ekam poetry, you'll find beautiful verses about the longing of a lover or the deep connection between people and nature, often describing landscapes and seasons with such detail that you can almost feel the winds and smell the earth. In contrast, Puram poetry focuses on the great deeds of warriors and rulers, immortalizing them in verse as protectors of their people. These poems, both personal and heroic, created a world of words that told of love, loss, honor, and the pulse of life itself. However, the Sangam age was not free from external threats. Though the region was geographically shielded from large-scale invasions, it did witness occasional incursions by foreign powers. The most notable foreign contact was with the Roman Empire, which had a commercial presence in South Indian ports. Roman coins and pottery found in ancient Tamil sites confirm active trade relations, though there is little evidence of direct military conflict. The more immediate threats came from the neighboring Satavahanas, who frequently clashed with the Tamil rulers over control of trade routes and territories. The Cheras, for instance, engaged in conflicts with northern powers, defending their land and asserting their dominance in the western coastal regions. One of the significant battles recorded in Sangam literature is the Battle of Veni, where the Chola king Karikala emerged victorious against a confederacy of rival Tamil rulers. This battle solidified the Chola power and allowed Karikala to expand his influence across the region. Another notable conflict was the Battle of Talayalanganam, where the Cholas faced the Cheras and Pandyas in a fierce struggle for supremacy. These battles were not just fights for territory, they were symbols of the pride and power of the Tamil kings, celebrated in Sangam poetry as acts of valor and heroism. Despite these conflicts, the Sangam age remained a period of remarkable cultural and economic growth. The Tamil rulers were not just warriors but also patrons of art and trade. Merchants from the region ventured far and wide, reaching Southeast Asia, the Arabian Peninsula, and beyond. South Indian ports like Muziris and Kaveripattinam became hubs of international trade, where goods such as spices, pearls, and textiles were exchanged. This intercontinental exchange brought prosperity and introduced foreign influences, enriching Tamil culture. The Sangam poets didn't just write about the beauty of nature or the valor of kings, they also chronicled the lives of ordinary people, including merchants, farmers, and women who played vital roles in society. Women were not merely background figures, they were celebrated for their intelligence, beauty, and strength. Society was hierarchical, with distinct roles for each class. The kings and warriors dominated politics, while the merchant class, the Vaisyas, controlled trade. Farmers, known as Vellars, were highly respected for their contributions to agriculture, which was the backbone of the economy. Religious and spiritual beliefs were also deeply intertwined with daily life. Temples dedicated to various deities dotted the landscape, and divine reverence was often woven into the poetry of the time. Gods were seen as powerful forces influencing everything from war victories to bountiful harvests. By the end of the Sangam age, internal strife and external pressures led to the decline of the great Tamil kingdoms. The rise of new powers, such as the Pallavas, changed the political landscape, but the legacy of the Sangam age lived on. Sangam literature continued to inspire generations, and the cultural foundations laid during this time remained deeply embedded in Tamil society. Even today, the Sangam age is remembered as a golden era of Tamil civilization. The literature, trade, and traditions of this period continue to shape Tamil identity. The stories of heroic battles, the poetic brilliance of Sangam authors, and the prosperity of its trade routes all serve as reminders of a time when the Tamil world flourished in bravery, beauty, and boundless creativity. Subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories from the past.